Good evening and welcome back to our crafting session this week. This is our third crafting session, our second one with the Humble Home stamp set and matching punch. I'm going to be using that a little bit later. What I want to concentrate on is the little gift box that we're going to decorate. My name is Jenny McCormack. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, excuse me, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley. That's in Northamptonshire, and that is here over in the UK. A warm welcome to everybody who is watching. If you are watching live, do say hi. It's always really nice to know who's joining us. If you're watching on catch up or replay, then if you have any queries or comments, then you're welcome just to pop those in the comment section, either here on Facebook or on YouTube. I do respond to any that require an answer. I do try and catch all of them. I don't necessarily catch them all, but hopefully if you pop a question in there, I will respond to you. This little gift box is in our September to December catalogue. Very easily missed as it's only posted on the pages, I believe, with the Reindeer Days set. But this little box is perfect for gift tags. Well, perfect for also for chocolates. I have some in the other room which I meant to pick up, so you can just pop some chocolates or some sweets, maybe a little bit of jewellery or something inside. Hi Trudy. But these are the ones that I'm going to use. They come flat packed like this. They are from Stampin' Up, and they're just under £1 each. I think there's a pack of 10 for £9.50 from memory. And there are two elements. One is the little folding section for the sort of book element, and then the other one is the box that gets put inside. And you don't need any glue for this. It includes all of the tape for sealing this up. There's even tape on the back for the box, and here if you want to seal it. I tend to put either Velcro dots or something on, or you could put a little catch for it to go in if you didn't want to take that off and seal it all together. If you can see that tape maybe just on there. So what I'm going to do is decorate it. So it does come with this set. This is the Reindeer Fun set. I haven't decided which side of this paper I'm going to use. And what we're going to do is place this piece of designer paper on the top of here and adhere it down, which is what I've done here, including the little label clip here. And then I also added a little offcut on the inside just to finish it off. And the labels from the Christmas Wishes set fit perfectly inside. Hi Trudy, hi Caroline. So they fit in there. So you could gift these as Christmas labels. You could give them as little thank you notes. You could put in small cards in there if you wanted to. So let's start by the decorating. So let me see. Bear in mind you're only going to see this sort of front element. I can see that those two deer would fit on, but what I could do is just use this all over design. One thing to note, what I tend to do is if I was using this all over design with the presents, is you could turn it over, place your card on top, glue it down, and then just cut around here. And then when you turn it over, you get your elements. What you'd have to be careful of is making sure that you've got this the right way round if you've got a design that goes a particular direction. Because for this one, what we'd want to do is have it effectively on here, but if you look at the design, the little clasp comes round on the right hand side. So you'd need to be sure that, if I turn it over, there we go. So this piece is actually the front. If I just bend that over, hope you can see that. So what you'd want to do is make sure that either it started on that side, or I've got to get my head around this now. Yes. Started like that, so that it folds round the right way. Does that make sense? So you just need to think about it a little bit. I think I'm going to use the presents because that will tally in with the little tags that I'm going to use. So having said that, now I'm going to double check that I've got that the right way around. So if I turn that over, this holly paper is an all over paper, so you could just literally stick it on. If you were in doubt about doing that, what you could do is place this on here and with a pencil draw around the edge like so. And obviously you could use any paper for this, like that. Now you can't see that particularly well, but I can see it. And then you could cut round that. And now I've just done that, I've realised that it's going to be the wrong way round. So I completely confused myself. Okay, because I want it to be this way round. So that's got to be like that. So I could stick it to the back of that, like that. That's it. And then my presents are the right way round. I can move this down here. So you just need to think about it. If you've got an all over design, you could just stick it anywhere on the back and obviously make best use of your paper. This is 6 inches by 12. The height of this is, I want to say, I want to say 3.5, but it's nearly 4 inches, so it's 4 by 3 almost, this little panel here. So you could get out of an A4, out of a 12 by 12 sheet, you could cover 3 boxes. So let's rub out my markings, if I can find a rubber, and stick that down. Of course, no rubber to be had. Ever felt it's one of those weeks? It's one of those weeks. Okay, I'm going to stick it down. So that's what I want. That is going to be the front section of here. So it's going to go like that. I'm going to move it actually up to this end, like that, and be on the safe side. Yep, make sure it goes. So I'm just going to adhere this to the back of the paper here, and I'm just going to put a cross and a cross on here, so I know that that's where the glue is going to go, and I'm going to glue it right the way across. You could use tape runner, you could use wet glue, it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to use some wet glue. You don't want to go mad, you don't want to add too much. So I'm just although I'm going all the way over, I'm only using a light amount of glue, and then here and here. Just make sure it's relatively close to the edge. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is position this right on that edge there, on the edge at the bottom, just minimising the amount I have to cut round, to be honest. Simple as that. There is a slight curve to the edges, so that is fine, and what I'm going to do is just ease it on there, like that. Because obviously when it folds it needs a little bit of give. Okay, so I stuck that down. My presents are in the right direction. Hooray! So a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut up this edge here. So I'm going to run my scissors, keep my scissors on the edge of the little box. So if you've got little handmade gifts, you could use those on the inside. I'm going to use the little Humble Home to make some gift tags, so you could give this to somebody prior to Christmas. Okay, there. And then I'm just going to tidy that edge once I've got everything attached. So if you prefer, draw around it, check that it's in the right place, and then cover it up. And just take your time, don't do it quite as swiftly as I am. I just don't want to keep you watching me just cut out bits. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm going to ease that in a little bit and then round these edges. If you've got a corner rounder, I guess you could use that if it's the same sort of angle. Just tidy that up. Same with this one. And then it's going to cut around this edge here. And trim into this. This would be perfect for little treats on your, dare I say it, your Christmas table. You could use it instead of a cracker, for example. There we go. Okay, so there's our little book, effectively. That's what it's created. They're called book boxes because they're designed to look like a book. Then we're going to put the middle section together, the box section, and as this has adhesive tape ready, so all you're going to do is just fold along the score lines, nice and simple, same way, here and here, fold the edges up, like that. And this basically folds over and seals down like that. If you want to put a piece in the middle, then I find it easier to do that before you put the box together. I wonder if that, oh, stroke of luck, just going to make it, isn't it? So let's cut that out. So this is slightly smaller than the edge of the box. So I'm just going to measure this That's 3.5. I knew I had a 3.5 in there somewhere by about 2 3/4. So I've got this little piece left from that 6 by 12 strip. Just going to make it 3.5. Is the width, is the height even. 2 3/4 is the width. And amazingly just comes out of that piece. So let's see if I might need to trim this a little bit more. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit out of that. Just sort of a couple of millimeters. I don't want it lifting up over the edge, so that can fit in there, and it's much easier to glue flat like that than when you've got it as a box, because obviously you can apply the pressure, you can check it's in the right place. So let's do that next. Hi Christine, hi Brenda, good evening to you. So we do have our Buckingham class this weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. 3 fun card designs. Right, so this is going in the middle. There isn't a right or wrong way for this. I do need to rub out my pencil line though. Okay, so I'm going to fold that one up, this one up, and then this up and over. So you can take the backing of the tape off. Just take your time to get a nice crisp fold to that, like that. Same with this one, and it's always useful just to fold it in place first, so that you've softened the creases ready. There we go. Make sure it's nice and flat, good bit of pressure, and there's our inside box, and that's going to go inside of there like that. So I can just take the backings of these. If you'd rather use wet glue, then of course you can leave the backing on and just use the wet glue, or you can just use the glue that they've provided. And you want to centralize this. Let me just see how far I had it in from the edge. So just a little way in, so this is the way it's going to go, a little way in from the edge of the middle, I should say. Okay, just going to put it lightly on there. Yeah, see that will fold, and then press it down. So there's our cute little box. You've got a strip here you can take off to seal. You could use, and I thought I saw the other part of these, but you could use Velcro dots here and here, or you could put a little strip of card to go across there that would tuck into, if you prefer. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is take some tags and add my little houses, and then on the back I'm going to stamp to from, so that it's all ready to go. So let's do that first. So this is going to be the backs, and then I can stamp and punch out the houses. I won't sit and colour all of them in. So in the stamp set we do have Merry Christmas and to from. you've also got the other little elements. So this is going to go on the back of those tags. So I'm going to stamp them just straight, one after the other, like so. Oops, a daisy. And this has got real red, garden green, and what else? Granny apple green. I think I'm going to use, maybe alternate real red and garden green. So there's the two colours from the papers. And if you didn't have any Christmas papers, you could stamp some thin white card and do the same thing. Right, so here's the real red. Let's grab a block. The little one there. And there. Hopefully you can see that okay where I am. So I've got Merry Christmas. Let's put that on there, otherwise I shall lose it. And I'll just do these all the same. So this is the back of those tags. I can, whoops, get there, 2, 3, and then I've got two front that I will do in the real red. And obviously you can get a lot more tags in that little box. You could probably get 20 or 30 tags. Two from. Go. Still live, that's always a good sign. So that's the back of 6 tags, like so. And then finally we're going to stamp our little house. I think what I'll do is stamp our gingerbread house. And what I might do is, it's a little bit dark, isn't it? I'm going to stamp it on this Basic Beige, just with a little, so it's got a little bit of interest, so I don't have to colour everything in. And then we will get a bigger block, Jenny. Goodness me, it's dark so soon. I have to go out and get my washing in the dark. Not right. Okay. The espresso. Now, when you're punching this out, the punch punches out elements on either side. So what you don't want to do is get these too close to each other. So I'm going to do it on landscape and leaving some space in between. I'm going to put 4 on there. I might sneak 2 in here. 1 and 2. And let's just punch those out. So just take your time to line it up. And then mind your fingers. This is quite thick card, obviously, that I'm using here. Little hearts everywhere. Can you see about the extra bits that are being stamped out, punched out either side? There we go. Okay, I'm not going to punch all of them out, but they're going to go on the front of our little tags. If you wanted to colour those in, you could do, or we could just stamp a Merry Christmas on the front. Maybe I'll do that because we have that little Merry Christmas here. It's falling down. So I had Merry Christmas in green, so I'm going to put them in red on here, and then might just add some little red hearts or something to finish off. Yes. Hi Carol. Chilly Maryland. What temperature do you have, Carol, in Maryland? It's remarkably mild here. It's been very wet, but it's remarkably mild. Something like 20 degrees today. So I've got Merry Christmas, and also you'll do these for all of those little tags. And let's put just a little bit of colour on there, maybe. I've got a little bit of red. You could stamp the other house and add the little wreath if you wanted to. I'm just keeping this fairly straightforward and quick. There's that one. So the last, I'll just do these three. I'll probably do the others with the, alternate with the green. And let's see if I can just punch out some little hearts. Some of it they'll be too big to fit in. Like so. Let's have a look. Of course, I've only got a full sheet of real red. So let's cut a small piece off for the hearts. And just pop this in here. 1, 2, 3, so I could do 3 red, 3 green, just alternate these out if I wish. Move those out of the way. Little dot of glue, or you could use a glue dot. Let's see where this might go. I wanted to put it on the front door, but it's a little bit big for that. So I'm going to put it. Now I'm not so sure. don't really want to cover up that pretty design, but I think that's probably going to be where I need to put it. Let's put these on with dimensionals. Let me know what you think where my little hearts should go. And you could do these flat if you wanted to. Obviously you would get more in your box that way. I'm just putting 2 small ones on the back for speed. Hi Vivian. Thanks for joining us. There we go. Let's peel those off. 1, 2, 3. What do we think? In the middle? Like that? Or just leave them off altogether? This is the box that they're all going to go into. So here are other ones done. Let me get some baker's twine. And we're done. Colours I've got in here. I've got green, and this one I haven't got a red. I've got green and white, light green, let's go for the darker old olive. That will match the papers. So let me know what you think about the hearts, whether I need to add them or not. 1, 2. There we go. Some very curly baker's twine. I'm going to double that up because this one's quite a thin baker's twine. There's 1, 2. If it's very thin, sometimes I use even sort of 4 layers just to give it a little bit of interest. There we go. If you were making new home cards, then this would be quite fun to make a set and then put your new address on the back, wouldn't it, and pop it into a card so that then it could be hung up on somebody's notice board or something. So I've got Merry Christmas there, and then to and from on the back, and then I'll have 6 of those all together, and maybe I'll just put one of those like that. I don't want to cover up my little house. The other thing you could do, if you didn't have the house, is you could cut out some of these presents and put them onto the tag, line them up at the bottom, just cut them out, fussy cut them. You could even just cut the ribbon piece off like that. That would definitely work. This is from the Reindeer Fun papers, which is actually where the gift boxes are shown in the catalogue. So what you could do is cut some of these like so, put them along the bottom, and then add another one over, over the top. Just layer them up. That would be quite fun. There's a little one here that you could use. So if you've got any offcuts of paper, of course you can make your own little presents as well. Okay, so you could add that in. Have a little line of presents and then have two from on there. Let me lift that up for you. Obviously they're not stuck, but you could do that. Okay, I think I'm going to put my little dots there, my little hearts on the side. I don't want to cover up my little houses. And you could stamp the houses on white and colour them all in if you wanted to. I'm just going for something fairly sweet and quick for you. So it's easier to put your little dot of glue on your tag and then pop your heart on top, and then use a pokey tool to straighten it up, or keep it at a jaunty angle if you wish. Is that one? And that one. 2, 3. Okay, so those are our cute little tags. Hope you like them. So we'll end up with 6 of those all together, and they're going to go into our little box. So there's plenty of room there. That's 6, albeit only 3 with dimensionals on. And then this can come over the top, and as I said, you could either put a little piece of red card, for example, going across there. Let me just show you what that would look like. You could use the self-adhesive strip that they've given you and just seal it all up. Let's just do that. I think bigger than I need to start with. So what you could do, or do it in the garden green, but you could cover it in the papers if you wanted to, is put that on there and then slide that underneath. So pop that up with dimensionals on either side so that that sits under. You probably need to put it a little way along, like so. Or you could use Velcro dots. It's just what I've used here, so that it's easy to get it open and close. Or you could use magnets. If you've got a magnet, you could put one on here and one on the back of there, like so. Alternatively, you could wrap that with some ribbon. If you had some, especially if I had real red or garden green. Oh, I have garden green. Yes. So that would be another option, would be to wrap that round over there. It would also work the other way, vertically if you wanted it to. Like that. Tie a bow. that's another option, and you could trim that to fit, or you could make your bow go this way round. If you wished. But you could almost wrap it like a present, couldn't you? Let's see if this will hold it this way. Not as well. Needs to be a little bit tighter, Jenny. I would definitely do it that way round then, because you've got more area for it to get caught with. And of course you could keep one of the tags out and attach it to the front and gift the whole thing, but you'd want, if it's got Christmas tags in, you'll probably want to gift it before Christmas, or if you've got somebody who's very organised and will have done their tags, give it to them for Christmas ready for next year. So you could add one of the little tags on. So there we go. Fun, a fun gift box, really useful for, as I say, table gifts, chocolates, homemade cookies if you have them, and then that opens up and I've got our tags inside. Now I found that ribbon, of course I can thread the garden green ribbon through, which would be slightly better for this colour wise. So there we are. I hope you like the idea. This was actually something we did at our recent all-day craft event. This was one of Sam's projects. She used a different suite altogether, but I just think it's really effective. Fun little box. Decorate it how you will. You can stamp on this as well if you want to. On the outside you can stamp. Keep it flat for stamping. Just watch the score lines where it's joined, but you could, if you had the alphabet set, you could put the word books there or somebody's name along the spine, or you could put in the initial here. You could add so many things you could do. You could add a circle die here with somebody's name on it. I did think I could put a circle die on with the house. That would also work. You want this to be fairly thick if you're going to use it to open, so I would have at least 2 layers of card on there, maybe double-sided, so that it's nice and substantial. So there we go, a little bit of something different for a Thursday evening using the stamp set of the week, Humble Home. And remember, if you buy that, then you get the components. So if you bought that this week, you would also get the little box shape and the tags to go with it. So do think about that. I do that every time I do stamp set of the week, the products that we use in the live session. Sometimes I do an alternative, like the Yuletide one. I did 5 cards and envelopes you got with it. But that's my little thank you to you for supporting me in my stamp set of the week. So thank you so much. I'm going to have a little tidy up here. Get ready for coffee and card for tomorrow, and then Buckingham class on Saturday morning. So let me just bring that back up to the screen for anybody who didn't see it earlier on. And our little box here. Nice and neat and tidy. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching and wherever you're from. And thank you for joining me this evening. And do take care, look after yourselves, and I look forward to crafting with you again soon. I shall be back here Monday morning for our next stamp set of the week. Thank you so much, and bye for now.